What a wait. No. That's it. That's the same reason why I don't like balloons. Because they pop.
Because they're red?
No, I don't like that. I mean, that's a phobia. I know that it's a phobia, like a fear of balloons. I just don't. And then the sound they make, like, you know how little kids, they don't give a fuck. So like they'll just grab a balloon and start squishing it, like como si fuera nada. And then they'll come up to you, like grabbing it. You just hear.
I think I just did the suspense, like when you're blowing
I don't
into
like
it, and you're like.
I don't like something that'll just surprise me like that.
Yeah.
It's scary. What the fuck? Hang on. Defective. Hold on. What the fuck? How did you? Oh shit! What's up, you guys? That shit was not working, dude. What the hell? Oh well. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to CharroBeans.
Now it smells like smoking it. Like.
I thought that would be more grand than it was.
Yeah, me too.
I expected like, some fucking celebration confetti ass shit. Oh shit. Never mind. Welcome you guys to episode 50. Holy shit. I was checking the dates for when we started this whole shindig, and it's been literally a year. Well, almost. It's on Wednesday, which by the time we release this episode, most likely you guys will see this this. So by then we will be 1 year old. Or
yeah.
1 year old.
Yeah, what, 1 year old baby.
Yeah, CharroBeans started as a podcast where we just kind of talk about, our experiences in the mariachi world, and it kind of turned into whatever the fuck we're doing right now. As you can see, we're pretty celebratory right now.
Sports.
We're pretty much feeling it right now. We're feeling ourselves.
I'd rather have 3 Red Bulls.
I feel like Bad Bunny right now, to be honest.
Benito Conejito.
Yeah, like this looks like some shit Bad Bunny would wear, and then girls go crazy.
I feel like I'm like a techno something, Just like
yeah.
It's like
for
Squidward
sure.
on that thing, just like.
Yeah, I can see it. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is the 50th episode. Pretty much grinding every single week to get episodes weekly for you guys. And we really tried our best to make it to this point. We really didn't know what we were doing when we started, and we still kind of don't. But in all reality, I feel like we've cultivated something different, something new to the mariachi community. Whether or not you watch it or listen to us, it's helped us out in a big way, not just so that we can have something different for the mariachi community, something a little bit new. It gives people a way to relate to each other. You know what I mean? Because we're just two guys from Fort Worth, Texas, of all places. We're not even from Mexico or Cali, which are some of the more bigger, I guess you can say mariachi communities or mariachi economies. Hotspots, I guess you can say. Texas is, as I feel like, obviously one of the states that obviously is very influenced by mariachi. So in that same way that we were, we try to show you guys what we've gone through, and I feel like week by week that we've done this, we made something that wasn't here before, and it's a celebration.
Yeah, welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party. Yeah, this is as best as we can do.
Yeah, that thing mine just went flying that way, like.
Yeah, mine was defective apparently because that shit would not fucking work. But I tried my best. Man, that's crazy, man. Like literally a year ago, we just got started. Well, we started in my living room, if you remember. And I remember like always. So like I had my laptop, I had my interface, I had all my stuff. So I used to I didn't have anywhere to do this, so we just kind of like threw everything in the living room. And that was kind of like the plan every week.
Oh yeah,
you know, remember?
What was in the living room?
Yeah, like the first
shit.
8 episodes, maybe, or 7 episodes, were all in my living room.
Just chilling on the couch.
And we didn't have any mic stands. We didn't have like anything. We just kind of sat there and talked, and that's just kind of what the beginning of the podcast was. We had a community, slowly building But from the beginning, man, I didn't know what the fuck. You know, it's because we said it from the beginning. We're like, we don't know how this is gonna go over with people.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, from the beginning we wanted to talk mariachi in a way that's a little bit different. You know, obviously we respect the music we played and all that, but I mean, I like to think that we're doing something real here. Like we're talking about the real stuff that goes down, like the behind the scenes.
Right.
Which that was kind of the idea going in. I remember I told Victor, and you were like, you were pretty much down with it from the beginning too.
Well, I didn't know it was gonna happen. You know, just going.
You just kind of said like, I
Let's
guess.
see what I got.
Yeah. I mean, you still remember the first day you came in, and then I told you. Not only did when we started the podcast, before we even started the podcast, we needed an intro.
Right.
So I remember I told you bring your harp, and we'll record.
My harp and my bass.
And your guitarrón, right? And we were in my living room. I've never recorded any sort of music on my laptop or anything like that. And I just told you, well, I think for a while I had the idea to put that song from Vargas.
Yeah, Donde Contreras?
Yeah, they had that little clip. I've always liked that melody so much. And I remember, okay, so like bring out you already knew how to play it, right? Or did you learn it?
Yeah, I knew it from a long. I mean, I saw that video like in high school, you know.
Yeah,
and it was
for
a
long time.
It was a cool thing, you know. Like he's just chilling, and then they all kind of start like building up. You know, Pato gets there, Nati gets there, and that's when Arturo's like, "Tu qué?" Yeah.
Yeah, like
I like that whole thing. Like it seemed pretty.
They're like acting. It's a cool little like it's skit? Like an SNL skit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before SNL was SNL. Well, who knows? When was that video? That's pretty old.
I mean, Nati was still there, so like maybe.
If you haven't seen that video, it's cool. It's on YouTube. But there's this little section of the theme song that we kind of took that. Victor recorded it. Him playing that. I played the vihuela, and then what's it called? You play bass on it too, and that was kind of the theme song and the intro. And then I remember thinking, okay, cool, like that was cool. But then I always had this idea to turn it into like a beat, because that's what made it different. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That was kind of the idea behind that. It was kind of like you knew what you were getting yourself into from the very beginning. I mean, if you listen to the first episode, the first thing we say is that we sound like a porn. I don't know if you remember.
No.
Because we said
what?
You don't remember the beginning? Mm-hmm. The very first intro?
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember the very first intro? Very first intro is like you're like, hey guys, and we're just talking, we didn't know what to say, and you're all like it sounds like pizza, like a guy going to like deliver the pizzas.
Oh, see.
Yeah, and we're all like, we sound like the beginning of a porn.
like it's like a shitty intro, and they're just trying to get to like the fucking shit.
Yeah, basically. So that was the very first intro we did. So like if you click on episode 1 right away, you're like, wait a minute.
I'm like, let me try.
Is this a Mariachi podcast? Like,
I'm like, let me try getting those jeans. You're like, these are shorts.
These are shorts. Yeah. And from the very first thing you hear, you know, you think it's a Mariachi podcast, which it is, you know. But you know, I like to think that we're doing shit differently here, because like, if you hear that, I mean, Mariachi, and you know, like in the way we talk about it, it's a little different. I don't know. And then you know, I've turned it into that little beat, just kind of. Right away, you kind of see like what we're getting ourselves into, just how different it is. That was kind of like the idea behind all this shit. And now a whole year later, man,
it was just like a Sunday where it's just kind of
it was a Sunday, yeah.
Kind of like, and then we got the paletero and shit. We had to like chase him down like
in the middle of recording the intro. I heard the paletero. We have a paletero van, so like a van passes around here. And I heard the music, and I was like, you want a paleta? And he's like, she got elotes too, bro. We're like, fuck it. So in the middle of recording, we stopped. We ran to him, right? Because he was across the street. So we ran over there. We got some ice cream. We came back. We recorded the intro. And I remember it took forever because, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
Like, I kept, like, restarting. And then, like, I didn't really have an idea. I just know I wanted that as the intro. And then you played, like, the middle part. Which was a tren.
Oh,
that little middle part. I ended up using it as an outro. That was just like I just recorded you doing your thing, and then I didn't know that was gonna be the end. But you know, it kind of turned into that. And I like to think if you listen to the first episode, like we already had the formula down. I was listening to it, and I was like, That sounds like today's episodes. Like we didn't change too much. Well, I did change one thing. If you listen to the very first intro that we did, I played electric guitar on the beat, and like it sounded funky as hell. I think by the second one, I had already changed it. I was like, I listened to it. You know, obviously, you know, you put it out there, you hope people listen to it, but you have to critique yourself. So I remember I put it on, and I was like, and it's just, I was like, ugh. That day, dude, got home from work, took out the electric guitar, I re-recorded it. I was like, ugh. And I like to think I nailed it the second time. The second time, now the intro that you guys hear is what we recorded, or what I recorded on there. Sounded better to me. Like the first one, I was like, literally, I was like, oh, what the hell?
Well, I didn't notice it until you pointed it out.
Yeah,
man.
like, cool. Yeah, it's just like, like right away. And you see that, I mean, in TV shows, and mostly TV shows, like when they shoot a pilot, like that 70s shows did that. That 70s show. Their very first intro, it was another band singing it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and I think by the second season, they changed the band. It's the same song, but they changed the band. So you can hear the two different intros. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, if you go back. So that's kind of cool. I mean, it really was a pilot, you know, from the very first episode. We didn't know where it was going to go. We kind of just recorded it, and we were just like, you know, we'll see how it does, you know, how people respond to it. I didn't know how people would respond to something where, you know, we talked mariachi right away, and we didn't go like, so this in 1919, Gaspar Vargas, and you know, that wasn't really the idea at first. It was more like to talk about the topics that we all talk about at gigs, which is, you know, that's kind of what it was.
Day to day.
And after we put out the first episode, we got a lot of people. Not a lot. I think the very first episode got like, well, it was the first episode, so I remember it being like a little bit over 200 plays. And I remember just thinking like, chingon, you know, like that's awesome, you know, like 200 people at least wanted to click the first one to judge, at least, you know, so they were like trash, and then they turned it off. They were like, oh.
That was me. I was like, I heard my voice, I'm like, okay, that's enough. Yeah,
that's enough of that shit. Yeah, but no, man, and like just to think that we through the pandemic, which we've been grinding through all of that, to be honest, still, but you know, you came every week.
Excuse me?
You came to my house. Sorry. I'm like, sometimes twice a week.
Who told you?
You know, you came over to my house to record every week. We've done this pretty much every week since then. You know, it's a lot of hard work. If you guys don't know that, it does take a lot to edit this, and you know, do snippets and promotion.
Yeah, it really takes a lot of it. I mean, I just watch Sammy do it. Just watching him do it, you're making Sam like, damn, bro. Like, and
then there's always like unforeseeable circumstances. Yeah. Like there was times where we recorded, and I looked at you like, fuck, and you were like, what? I'm like, I think I deleted the recording. Like, remember that one time? And I was just like, fuck, like I don't know what to do, dude. Like, we had already recorded the episode. Like, there's no going back. You know what I mean? So somehow, like, I found it in some random file, but I had deleted it in. I forgot what episode that was, but it just looked.
That's a recent one, I think.
I don't know, but you know, little shit like that always happen. You know, if it was an issue with the camera, issue with the recording equipment, there was always something, you know, that would go down. You know, days where like the video wouldn't render correctly, and then I'd have to do it all over again. And keep in mind, you know, I have a job too, so it's like, you know, I have to find the time to do it, and under schedule and shit. So it's a lot of work. It really is a lot of work to do something like this. But I'm glad we got this far. I'm hoping that we can continue doing this, and that you guys enjoy it enough to keep listening as we head into hopefully another year of this, or 10 days. I don't know what the plan is, but I know for sure that I've enjoyed it. I feel like I said, if anybody new, which I have seen a lot of new listeners, which is awesome. You know, like I see it every day. New clicks on all the old episodes, which is great to see. You know, that means that people are just now discovering, or now they're just like, they heard one, and they're like, okay, I'll listen to another one, and then they'll listen to number 2, and they're like, all right, I'll listen to the third one. You know, so and that's great, because that just tells me that, you know, people are discovering us every day, and are at least investing the time to listen to what we got to say. I mean, not to say that it's smart what we say, but I feel like it's
entertainment. Yeah. It's
entertaining. I mean, I would think we try our best to be entertaining. I mean, We're not that great at it, but we're doing our best. Yeah.
Oh, well.
And so now what?
We're done.
Yeah, right. All over.
Pasa nada.
No, yeah, guys. So as you guys know, we are in the summer now. When does summer eventually start?
I'll look it up.
It's like we're in June now, so that's great. So as we hit into June, which May completely got rained out, completely like May is usually when the sun comes out.
Right.
But it felt more like spring because of all the damn rain. Fucking raining every damn day. Like today, this morning, it looked like the movie Twister, and then by 4:00, it's like a normal sunny ass day. June 20th. Okay, that's summer solstice or whatever.
I don't know. It just says summer 2021 in Northern Hemisphere will begin on Sunday, June 20th.
Okay, so yeah, that means that's when summer starts.
Oh, well.
Okay, so with that being said, as it gets hotter, obviously it's not a good thing because I'm nervous. I don't like it. I start getting real sweaty. No, not as sweaty as you.
Huh?
You get sweatier, right?
No.
You don't sweat in all the places?
No, what the fuck?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, I can smell it,
bro.
Nah, I mean I sweat, but just my forehead, just the forehead, like nothing else. Lower back. I said that before.
You sure?
Yeah, that's it.
You sure?
I just don't like feeling sticky because I know that's what's going on right now. The stickiness of I don't like when my traje sticks to me, where it feels like it's got tape underneath. Because that's what it feels like. I take a step and it's like, it feels like it sounds like I'm wearing track pants.
Never had that.
You know how they make the.
Never had that.
You're wearing them right now.
No, I never had the feeling you're talking about.
It's not fun. I'll tell you that.
What the fuck? I've been hot, and I've had like my chest hot. I mean wet. And like maybe like my neck area, but like that's about it.
Okay.
Like I don't have like that whole thing where like I have to unstick something from my.
Oh yeah,
body.
no, I was never that bad. Like Arturo and Paco.
Oh yeah.
Those dudes like straight up are wet. Like if they went through a car wash wet.
Yeah.
Like I'll touch their back and it like I'll make an indention with my hand. You know what I mean? Like that's like if you were to pat them hard, like se te va a salir agüita. You know what I mean? Like it's like hitting a trapo mojado. You know. Like,
it's like they got this suit. They're just like.
It's so bad, dude. Like
jackass. Just like.
Oh no. It's bad, man, and I'm not excited for that because we're heading into that like the dead of summer, and I feel like everything. I mean, think about it like this: if the spring started in June, or like the month of May felt like spring because of the rain, and in the month of February it felt like winter because we had a whole ass blizzard. Does that mean that it's gonna be hot as hell in September?
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Because it usually starts cooling down in September. But that tells me, because August is always the hottest month in Texas. So that means that August is going to be hot as shit. And then September is going to be hot as shit. And then it's only going to cool down till October? Fuck that.
Most likely. I mean, you never know. But it could be. Texas is wild.
It really
and then
is.
Climate change.
El Nino. You know what that is? Did you learn about that in school? We went to public school.
Yeah.
We do you think you learned much?
They did teach you about that though.
Do you think you learned in public school?
Yeah.
You sure? I don't remember anything.
I mean,
you too. You always say all the time that you don't remember high school.
Well, I don't remember a lot, but I don't remember like learning stuff.
Like what?
I don't know. Like day-to-day things. Like you see a plant. You see a plant. Photosynthesis.
What is photosynthesis? Describe it in detail.
It's
the 3 main points.
Oh, you know the 3 main points?
No, I'm asking you because I don't fucking learn shit.
It's just light, going through a chemical change in the plant, and it turns it into a carbon. Right. But you know what? What it does.
There's some scientists right now, like these guys are idiots. And with those glasses too.
Yeah. Well, all right. I don't know. You look at a cloud condensation.
I look at public school and I was like, I don't remember any. I mean, I look at like in college too. It'd be hard learning. I mean, college got me learning in the beginning, like same shit, math, science, and social studies. But that's not my major.
What's your basics?
Basic what? I took basics for the first 12 years of my life.
True.
from K through 12. I took basics. The basics being
I don't know, bro. It's just one money. Like
the basics being the 3 colors and 1, 2, 3. You know, like green, red, and yellow. They're the basics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? No, green, red, and yellow. No, I'm thinking of the fucking traffic light. Green, red, and yellow.
I know red is one.
No, it's red. It's red, blue, and yellow.
Oh,
those are the 3 main colors. Yeah. How the fuck did we get on this? Okay, anyway, it's getting hot as shit, right? So as we head into this summer solstice, obviously we're getting work. I'm not excited. How was your week? How was our week?
It wasn't bad. Could have been better. You know.
What does that mean?
Almost had them. I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
It's getting very like what's the word? Like it's getting into something that you do constantly. What's the word?
Repetition? No, repetitive.
Right? No. Something that you make very like habit. You know?
There's a word for it.
Yeah. I'm looking at thesaurus.
It's you're bringing up you become accustomed. No. Yeah, well that's what it means.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, you
routine.
Yeah, routine. Yeah.
Hey. It's becoming routine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know, like Thursday, you already know people are gonna come. We're gonna stay there. Well, this week we didn't stay like past our curfew.
Well, first of all, you guys gig without me.
All right.
I was hurt.
Why?
I got to the planta on Thursday, and first of all, you started the song without me. I walked in all sad.
Oh, what time did you get there, Sam?
It was like 7:40.
No, mames.
That's 10 minutes after.
Exactly.
That's when I'm usually there.
We're supposed to start at 7:30.
Yeah, but I'm fashionably late, and so are you guys most of the time.
Not most of the time.
No.
Not as much as
We've talked about this before. Anytime I'm early, everybody else is late, and every time that I'm late, everybody else is early. So I be getting there like, you know, usually if I'm gonna be late, I'm gonna be like 10 minutes late, right? At least. At least, like it's never less. It's always like at least 10 minutes, right? So I get there, and so like I'm walking up the stairs, right, like towards Seafood Shack, you know, our planta, and I heard music, so I thought it was like their speakers, but then I heard that it was La Negra, so I was thinking like, oh, like why the fuck are they playing La Negra over the speakers, and like the reason I wasn't even thinking that it was y'all because y'all are so okay la chingada. Y'all are so loyal that I was thinking, okay, well, you know, we're going to be good. I opened the door, and y'all are like 3/4 of the way in La Negra. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Y'all had a guitar player there? Yeah. And y'all had another violin player that wasn't Saul because he went back to school. So he can't come on Thursdays. Anyway, and then I had a guitar player, so I just walked in like, wow.
Really?
Wow.
Well, I mean, if we have the chance to start early, then why not, you know?
It won't be the same without
the
me.
earlier we start, the more talent we can do, meaning the more money we can make.
Nah.
You know?
Yeah, and then you did it in a way without me, so that made me sad. I would never start without you.
Yeah, you would.
Because I was forced.
Well, you can if I'm playing bass. You know?
I guess so. Well, point is, I was like, damn, these whores already started.
Wow.
So I walked in, you guys were playing already. And then it got worse because I forgot what I said exactly. And then you said something about like, well, it was like this at the gig. And I was like, what gig?
Uh-huh.
And you looked at me like you got caught cheating or some shit. You're like, you know, and then you like looked away, and I was like, what gig? You know, like we had a gig before this, and I was like, excuse me? And I do remember, you know, our boss talking about it, that there was a gig. But I told him I couldn't. I couldn't. It was like 2:30. That's early as shit. I can't make it.
Like, whose fault is that?
Your fault. The government, because they give me like bills and shit. They give me bills and shit, so like I gotta work.
You make enough from Mariachi to pay your own bills.
Okay, but like,
shut the fuck up. Anyways, yeah, we had a gig on Thursday. It was a funeral gig.
I hope you had a miserable time.
It was a grand old time, actually. I was having a good time. It was a funeral. It was sad.
Like it was a great time. Anyway, it was a funeral. That's not a grand old time. Hell no.
A good ass time.
Y'all went to like a panteon, like the cemetery.
Yeah. I
haven't been to one in a while.
Really small cemetery. Well, it's because most funerals are during the week for some reason.
Are they?
Yeah. All the maromas that I've done recently. I
haven't
done them because me quemé un poquito.
Oh, yeah, you kept telling everybody that you couldn't go to gigs, so now they don't call you, right?
Yeah. It's because I didn't have a car for like a good 2 weeks.
It was like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Something like that. You didn't have a car?
And it sucked because people were like, hey, telequemas. And I'm like, I'd love to. I don't have a car. And then they're like, all right, we know what that means. I'm like, yeah, I don't have a car. And they're like, you want to play with us? No, I don't have a car. And they're like, red. I'm like, okay, cool.
And they just like block your number. They just, I'm not going to accept this dude.
No pasa nada.
Okay.
But what was I talking about? Yeah, I was at a cemetery.
That sounds
dude,
fun.
Like, this is a small cemetery. Like, it was like, imagine the size of a warehouse. That's how big the cemetery was.
Well, what kind of warehouse? Like Amazon warehouse? Because that's humongous.
No, it's too big. Probably.
No. Like a barn size?
No, it was a bit bigger than that.
Like a Dollar Tree?
No, a little bit bigger. No, not.
Okay, so it's medium sized big. Okay.
Like, you could see like all the edges.
Okay, so it's bigger than a Dollar Tree.
Yeah, a little bit bigger. And
Home Depot.
It was very Home
Depot. Okay.
Lowe's, okay. It was very swampy, dude. Like, it had little like puddles everywhere. I guess because it rained.
Did it smell?
Yeah, a little bit. But you know what that meant too?
What?
Mosquitoes. So there were a lot of mosquitoes.
Sometimes I wish I was like a frog, even though I hate frogs. And if you listen to the podcast, you know, where I had like a long tongue, and then I could just eat them.
That you had a long tongue, that's what you would do?
No, I meant like so I can kill the mosquitoes. You know how hard it is to kill a mosquito when you're playing armonía? You can't because you're using both your hands. So imagine some little, freaking mosquito starts just flying by you and you're just like, and you just eat it.
Okay.
And not only do you kill it, but like you got a snack out of it. Snacky snack.
Sure.
You know?
No, but these mosquitoes were big. They were like this big, bro. You know, mosquitoes are usually this big.
That's pretty big.
They were this big.
Okay. So
like, they were so big. Like, my boss killed one on his suit, and that thing left a wet stain. Like that. It was
of blood.
Yeah, like it was juicy. Like, o sea, eran unos mosquitos grandes. They were like terroristas. You know, like little gangster like mosquitoes.
They were like the obese ones.
Yeah, like I was trying to get me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like
they were like
avispa.
They were like the mosquitoes that play D1 football.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're like the big.
They're like bitter Russian, and they're just like, oh, I don't know how I got this swole, bro. Like,
yeah,
I swear I'm natural, you know.
Right. I don't take performance enhancing drugs. Mosquitoes are pretty bad right now.
Yeah, but this that was going on while we were playing. And this was not Mariachi, and to be honest, like it was just me and Arturo that were part of the group. Because when Arturo asked on a Tuesday, I don't know, he asked.
Yeah, he asked us during the week, like if we could do it.
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
right. And all of y'all said no except for me. I was like Maraquemo, and it was like yes, no.
I was like, shut up, I'm trying to sleep.
Oh yeah, and it was just me and Arturo were the only OGs there. Saul's brother went.
So that was Mariachi and the Juvenil.
Yeah, you know.
The freshman
Checo
group
was there. Arturo was the one on trumpet. Me on bass. This other guy on vihuela, who was not doing what I wanted him to do. It's like
he was doing. You mentioned that he was doing like different arrangements or something.
He was just being very like
extra.
Yeah, like everything he was playing was very harmonized. I'm like, bro, why can't we just play like the regular thing? You know, like, cause it was, like I've always felt like different. Like, I don't know, I feel weird. Let's say when you're playing, like, you're in the key of C.
Okay.
You're like C, G, G, C, 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 G, like to like con una preparación, right? G minor, C7, F.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I guess.
Compared to going C, C, D, E, F, right?
Nope.
Okay, I'm not gonna explain that. But anyways, it was just very different. And then we had like a little spot. Like, we all went different places, and then we met at the seafood shack. And that's where you came in.
Well, so it sounds like I didn't even have to go.
Well, yeah, we had this Bugatti player with us. It was all good.
Next time, just stay home.
You did?
No, I didn't.
Well, where you were? You
No,
stayed there?
at a seafood shack. I'm just not gonna go. I'm
Oh.
like, oh, I got it covered.
More
okay.
More for us. Right. We're like, ka-ching.
Yeah, ka-chow. Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
Love McQueens. No, yeah. It was all right. Like you said, Seafood Shack has been probably the most consistent planta. Like, you already know what you're getting yourself into. You go in there, tan, you play your till like 10:30.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dude, someone sent us like 6 shots, I think, or like 8 shots. I was like tequila.
I don't remember that.
You remember that? Someone sent us like llegó the bartender with like all these shots.
Nope.
Like there were a lot that you could smell it. You know what I mean?
Well, probably because they passed by you, not for me.
Well, you were right next to me.
Yeah, but on this side.
Exactly. She came from this side.
Maybe it's because like I didn't want tequila, so it didn't register in my mind.
I didn't want it either. I didn't drink. Point is, it was just ¿cómo se llama el guitarrista?
They call him Yoshi,
right? And it was him and Arturo. And then when I look back, like 5 were already gone. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who's been drinking all these shots by themselves?
Like, do you enjoy tequila?
Yeah.
Does anybody enjoy it?
Yeah. You don't enjoy the taste, but you enjoy the feeling.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let me ask you this. Would you drink something else if tequila... Or would you drink something else if it gave you the same effect as tequila? The reason I ask is because I don't think anybody likes tequila. I have never drank it and been like, this shit delicious.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard pass.
You having fun the one?
No, never. Because they all just taste like... Some of them smell like ass, first of all.
Oh, yeah. Some smell like for me, Hornitos, she smells like fucking jet fuel, you know. That's not...
And then there's the one that smells like rubbing alcohol. So that's not good. And then when you do drink it, you're like, this is what I imagine like gasoline tastes like. Like, not that I'm curious.
I am curious. When you smell it like at a gas station, you're like,
I'm like, oh, one won't hurt. You're like,
oh, shit.
1 gallon.
And then you end up like that. Heard in the video of that lady just pouring gasoline all over her car. Como un car wash. You haven't seen that?
No.
She's just grabbing the handle. She's just like...
Well, I've seen where it's like how girls change their oil or something like that.
Oh, but that's oil, and
they just
like oil.
They're just putting all over the engine. God damn, that's some shit. No, yeah, but like anytime I taking tequila and I'm like, this isn't good. Like nobody drinks it for Nobody
drinks it for the taste. No.
I'm just sure someone out there is gonna be like, nah, bro, tequila's delicious. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not. It's never been good. I don't think any liquors are. I mean, wine is good. If you add it to stuff, like I like mixed drinks.
You like margaritas?
Well, yeah, margaritas they've been like pretty good to me lately. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like I like them. I think I like them because they remind me of a slush, and I like slushes. Who doesn't like ice? Right. So like flavored ice is like a snow cone. We've had that flavor since we were kids. Like snow cones were always the shit. Like when I was a kid, you know. So like a snow cone that'll fuck you up, like
what?
You know, like if you're drinking those snow cones, well, first of all, you get brain freeze, and then the other half, it's like you're also fucked up, you know. But anyway, Anyway, nobody drinks tequila for the comfort, like
Like margaritas has tequila. So
Okay, I'm gonna keep going on a tangent for tequila. You know how people go to like those distilleries, like in Mexico and stuff, and they show you how to. So like, I understand a wine tasting because like wine has so many different tastes.
Well, tequila does too.
Does it?
Yeah.
It all tastes like pain, bro. Like it all tastes like.
Well, it's because taking mine too. Like all the parties we go to, they have like the cheap tequila too. You know.
Nah, we've been to some where they give us some of that good shit.
Which is.
I don't know.
I've heard you say some are good.
I say it's good because like it didn't smell like ass, first of all, and because it went down smooth. But it doesn't mean
that's what you're looking for.
But it doesn't mean I enjoyed it. Like the taste, like if it's either this or like an ice cold soda, I'd rather take the soda. No.
Sí.
Oh, but you don't.
O sea, es tu vida. I mean,
yeah,
yo qué te voy a decir. But I mean,
so anyway, the guitar player drank all the shots.
I think he did because it was pretty. I mean, this guy is like, he's not 1 out of 10. He's like 11, like in like attitude.
Oh yeah,
he's like super happy all the time.
Yeah.
And, like always really like upbeat. He's like you would think he's on something, and I don't know the guy personally, but towards the end he was even more like.
He was going a little wild.
Yeah, because
not wild.
Because they asked him like, "Damn, bro, you took like 20 shots," and he's like, "Nah, it's para 19." And I'm like, I'm like, it's wilding.
I think that comes down to the myth of tolerance. I know, like some people do say they have a tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how true that is. Like,
I mean, your body does gain a tolerance to whatever it takes daily, But I'm saying daily or like very consistently.
Okay. I just feel like I don't know. Like I guess he's tolerant towards it because he drank a lot.
No, but he was drunk.
Like he was enough to. That's enough to put out like a small family. Like you know what I mean?
What?
Like a small get together. Like
well, he didn't take 19 shots, but he took like a good amount of whatever.
That's what I'm saying. You can give that to a group of 3 people and they'll get drunk.
Well, it just depends on the people,
Okay, then 3 lightweights.
Oh yeah, they'll die.
They're fucked up. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. He drank enough for 3 lightweights. So yeah. And then I thought it was funny. Shout out to Arturo's sister if she's listening. Ariana, how you doing? It was just funny because like he was getting that guy, the guitar player, was getting real closer because she was there. She was watching us and stuff. And I thought it was funny because he was getting real close. Obviously, like he was singing a lot.
Yeah.
And he would go up to her and ask her like what she wanted and stuff like that. But it was just funny because like it looked like he was hitting on her a little bit. So it was funny because like Arturo's there, like our boss, and that's his sister. So we're just like, I wait.
Yeah, we're like, I don't think he knows. Like,
yeah.
Like
I'm like, who gonna tell him, bro?
Yeah.
I'm like, pues cada quien, And apparently he went up to Arturo and like he told her, Arturo said, like, hey bro, that's my sister. And he's like, oh, disculpa. Because like, how do you say in that situation? Like, hey, she's kind of my sister. Like, fuck. Yeah,
she's like no, pues me la llevo. like.
So like, so you're cool with this? No?
Yeah.
I was just letting you know, bro. No, but yeah, I thought that was funny because like I it goes back to my sister. My sister goes, my sister is the girlfriend of Saul who plays with us.
Yeah.
Obviously, like Saul's cool, but like I don't know. I've never felt that way about like I mean, obviously I feel protective to my sisters and my brothers for that matter, but like at the same time, like they make their own decisions. So it's like, what the fuck am I gonna tell them? Like what are you doing with this guy? Like she's gonna be like, I like him. Like fuck. So like, what do I say? Like you really like him? Like yeah, I like him. Okay, no pues.
You're like,
ahí nos vemos. Yeah. La persina. Así, like, no, pues vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just funny because like it's kind of awkward like for Arturo. It's just like, oh yeah, by the way, there's my sister. He's like, are you sure?
Right.
He's like, 100%? You sure? You sure?
He's like, I'm still getting paid, right? Like,
yeah, right? He's like, no, ¿qué crees, güey?
Like, vete a la casa, cabrón.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, that was Thursday. Friday, Burros was fine. Burros, yeah. It's whatever. It's getting hotter. That's all I can tell you. Not excited about that. We played Talon, and it's funny because like every time we do Talon, and there's tables of people that I don't know, I automatically assume that we're good, like that no one else is gonna come, like so there won't be any Talon. Does that make sense? So then we start, and I'm like, no, a ver, Talon, dude, like we get to go home early today, and then we end up staying till 1 in the morning. Yeah, we end up staying till 1 in the morning regardless, because they're all new clients. So I'm always thinking like, oh, okay, well they're not gonna want us, you know what I mean? They're gonna just be like, okay, like they're done, because once we say we're done with our set. But after that, it's Talon, and if they don't ask for songs, there's nothing left. You know what I mean? So, but they all asked. We ended up leaving at 1 in the morning again. I'm all salty.
I mean, that's more money, you know.
Yeah, I'm over here thinking like I got paid more. Like, you know. Nah, but yeah, burros is burros. It was raining a little bit. No, estaba chispeando al final, no, a little bit. Yeah, it's all over the place.
It's always weird seeing people like, cause they always have a line of like drive-through.
Yeah, that place has a drive-through, so I'm thinking, yeah, like people really like eating there.
Yeah, I'm like,
what's so great about it?
Yeah, I wanna ask, you know, cause
is the food to go maybe more delicious? Do you think he just puts in a lot more effort?
He's like, they're just here to watch the Mariachi, bro. Like, they don't want me.
Yeah.
And then they're like, drive through through enchiladas. Hell yeah, sir. There's like,
yeah. He puts the special sauce on there.
Yeah,
it's weird.
He puts the love. He just like puts a little smiley face on the tortilla.
Oh yeah, like SpongeBob makes Krabby Patties. Yeah. That's all. Yeah, that's probably why the drive-through food is so good, and they keep coming back every week. Because they really do. Remember there was that Mustang that would come like every week.
That yellow Mustang.
That yellow Mustang would always.
That guy?
That's true. He would come
the end of an era, dude.
Yeah, every week, man. He would pull up for whatever it is that he would buy, but every week, sin falta, you know.
We're like, hey, yellow Mustang, and then like when he showed up after the quarantine, we're like, hey, you know.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, and then what happened?
I don't know.
What happened?
He found a taqueria.
Whore.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so this weekend we went to Oklahoma. Oklahoma was fun.
I was on harp.
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, teníamos que madrugar, which wasn't fun. We had to meet up at 9:45 a.m., which is kind of rough. I mean, I didn't go to sleep till like 4, dude.
Why?
I'm fucking dumb.
Okay.
Like
I'm not gonna fight you. Like, okay, like I believe you.
Like I'll get home. I'll get home with the intention of being like, okay, we gotta go to sleep early. We gotta make sure that we wake up by. I think I have to wake up by like 8:30 at least. You know, shower and get out of there to drive all the way to Denton. So I'm over here thinking like, okay, I'll go to sleep at 2 a.m. You know, that's enough time for me to get ready for bed and stuff like that. Next thing I know, it's 4:30 in the morning and I'm on TikTok.
Oh, you're on TikTok?
That's what it is. So then I'm like, shit.
And I went to sleep early. I was like, I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna work out. And I'm gonna
you
have
did say.
And I was like, I did wake up for it, but then I thought about it. Like, dude, I'm about to like put in all this effort, and then I still have like all day to work. I'm like, is this worth it? Should I do this?
It's not.
I mean, we'll never know because I just went back to sleep.
Yeah,
like, I'm not gonna risk that. You know.
Nah, man.
But
it's not worth working out before you're gonna go gig. It really isn't.
Why not?
Because you're gonna show up tired already, and then you're gonna like this past week where we were on our feet for 3 hours straight. That affects you. Like I was already dying by the end of that third hour. I don't know why. I think it's because we were only standing in that one spot.
Maybe.
Like I don't know, but I was dead.
I think it's because your body knew it was just that amount of work.
Yeah.
And it was the last hour.
And I've talked about that.
It's just like a psychological thing. You
have
a lot more in you than you think, Sammy.
I don't. You good? And then, anyway, so madrugamos, and yeah, like you said, you were on harp. We had Dylan, shout out, come out and play on guitarrón. It was cool, but you say you hate harp, apparently.
I like playing harp.
All talented and shit.
Look, I like playing harp, okay?
Okay.
I don't like gigging with a harp. Why? Porque soy un estorbo. Soy más estorbo que ayuda, you know? Like, I have to get the harp in the car. It's already like bulky in there, you know?
I told you to just strap it to the fucking
Shut
roof.
up.
And then I get
to the racetrack where we met. I have to let Don Mike get in the back seat, and I put the harp. I basically blocked this man from like all exits of the van, you know? Pobrecito. Yes. And then we had to have like gas stops because we gotta pee, we gotta get something to eat, gotta take the harp out, let him get out, put it back. We go inside, I come out, take the harp out, he gets in, I put it back. And I'm like, dude, like this is a lot of effort.
It sounds like a personal problem, to be honest, because at the end of the day, you can still play harp.
You have the smallest instrument. No.
I would gladly carry a harp if it meant I was the most badass in the group.
I'm not the most badass in the group.
Oh, well, I would if I played harp. That's how I would feel. Because you're just like, beanie, neenie, neenie, beanie, neenie, neenie, beanie, neenie.
Well, that too. We don't play any of that fancy thing.
No, you can play that during the rancheras.
I know that, but it gets repetitive too. you know? It's like I told you, it's like, well, I mean, you already go through it,
Nope.
but it's just different. You know, it's like playing one song, like every 5 hours, you know?
It's fine.
No, it's not, because my back was cramping. Like, the way, it's also a different stance, you know, from bass to harp.
I guess.
So I could feel my back, my left side was like cramping.
So apparently Victor hates harp. So it's up for sale if anybody wants it.
The spot is up for sale if anyone wants to play harp in my spot, you know.
Anyway, so we went. He was on harp. We had Dylan on guitarron. We went to mass. It was a wedding.
So we played 4 hours, right? We did the.
It was supposed to be a mass and then 3 hours.
Okay.
Right, that was the plan. But el padre se echó 2 horas, dude.
Yeah, he talks smack about my people.
Huh?
Oh, you didn't hear him, right?
No.
Because he's like, los duranguenses, like, ellos están impuestos a los balazos. And I'm like, sir? Like,
You're like, sir?
I'm like, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Just take out like a gun. Like,
You're like, excuse me, my 9mm has something to say.
He's like, what I say? Yeah, but his padre just loved to talk. I think he just liked. I think he had, like, no tiene miedo of people looking at him.
He had a lot of charisma.
Yeah.
Because he not only did he talk a lot during the sermon, he talked a lot. You know, he talked at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was like a stand-up show.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it did feel like a stand-up because he had people laughing and interacting. So it did kind of feel like a stand-up comedy.
And then he was just like, Mariachi, pueden tocar algo romántico ahorita?
Right, and then we played Motivos in the middle of church. He asked us to play a song like during the service.
And then he's like, y con el arpa, por favor, que se escuche. And I'm like, sí. Yeah.
You're like, cling, cling, cling. Cling, cling, cling. But yeah, he really liked to hear himself talk. So se echó 2 horas de misa, first of all. And then, after we got a little bite to eat, went to Chipotle. Which was kind of cool.
Yeah,
Chipotle was cool. It's not as good without the chips.
Anyways,
I miss the chips. And then I remember we went to the gig itself was supposed to be 3 hours. I think the family eran charros or something, like actual charros or something, because they were riding horses. We showed up to the venue and they were tailgating the wedding.
Shit about the parking spot. There's horse shit everywhere.
Yeah, like I mean tailgate like it felt like a football game. So like people were out sitting on their tailgates and they were drinking beers. Could have sworn I seen someone cooking up hamburgers on one of those tiny little grills. You know, it looked like they were pre-gaming literally for a tailgate.
Yeah. And then we get there and the novio ya estaba tomado. Like,
yeah, the novio. I could, you know what? At church, I'm pretty sure he was already like a little tipsy, dude. So he was probably falling asleep during those 2 hours. He was like,
he's like, I do. Right? Like he's working. Yeah, because we got there and he's like, hey, can you do a little like video shoot of you guys walking from the entrance to like the salon? Oh, like, oh yeah, from like right here. He's like, no, from like all the way over there. Because he had like a really long.
It was like not a driveway. What's the word? It was a long paved road leading up to the venue.
Yeah.
It had to be like, if you walk from the beginning to the end, it's probably like a fourth of a mile.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
You know, something like that. But I mean, no, actually a little bit more than a fourth of a mile. Maybe like 0.35.
I don't know. But I just know I had to walk there and then walk back. So like half a mile.
Yeah, he wanted us to walk from all the way over there. He wanted it to look cool, you know, because it was him, the novio, and then 2 other guys on horses. You know, they're driving up, drinking beers and tequila, and then us in the background playing La Negra, which was also bad because not only was it raining, it started raining in the middle of the set.
Yeah.
And when I mean raining, like it started pouring, right? So that's not good for instruments. But yeah, he made us walk from all the way back there to the entrance. So I estábamos in the middle of this like rainstorm playing what did we play? El Cantador.
Oh no, I left because I was like, I'm not getting this harp.
Oh yeah, you were playing from inside the venue.
Yeah, I was like, you thought like
because he had us out there while while we're playing, like I saw all the drops on my vihuela and I'm like, the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
So that sucked.
Yeah, but she's like, you know what, this harp, like your wedding is not that important to me, you know, like I want to take care of this instrument first.
You're right.
Like, so I went in there, I looked for a rag, and I was like,
and it goes back to what we said, like. Some people just don't care.
Yeah.
You know, they're just like, rain. It's just like, but we need this photo. You know, or we need this video, you know, for the wedding. So that kind of puts us in an awkward position. We're like, well, shit, I guess. I mean, you're kind of paying us, I guess, but it's like, pues también, estas Morales, you know?
Yeah, right.
Can't fuck it up, you know? So, you know, we did the little photo shoot or video shoot or whatever. We went inside. The gig was supposed to be 3 hours, which wasn't too much. The only thing that sucked, too, was that the place was big. It felt like an airplane hangar, so, like, it had a lot of space.
I think
a lot of echo.
I think it was like a gym or something. Because if you look outside, it was like a soccer field, and then they had other little things.
But they had an auditorium.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it used to be like a gym or something, and then they just kind of like...
What gym has an auditorium?
No, I'm saying they used to be, and then they like remodeled it or something.
Okay, so anyway, it was big like a gym, según. But it was very spacious, so like when we were playing, we could hear a lot of bouncing off the walls. So since we were so far from the speakers, it felt like we were in an arena or something. So all the songs didn't have any consistent tempos, for sure. So like we're playing at one tempo and we ended up like ending it like 10 clicks less. You know what I mean? Like yeah. But no, it was very bad. I hate those gigs because I can't hear myself, first of all, and then I can't hear anybody else. And nobody else can hear me. So they're just like, you know, for the entrances, it's like, pues cada quien, you know, you know, so it makes it a little hard like that. We may do, though. We did our best. I don't know.
Sounded fun to me. It was like...
Oh, and you were just jamming on harp. You were like, cling, cling, cling.
I was like, that sounds like a personal problem. Yeah.
For you. And then, speaking of the Padre was came to the quince. He was like, or to the wedding. He was like, I'm getting an invite for show. So he showed up. And you know how priests usually wear like the black shirt and then the white thing? That's what shows that they're a priest or whatever. Right. He came in wearing like a velvet purple... like suede type blazer.
The thing was soft, bro. Like that thing was like that was a dead animal, you know. Like the thing was like
it was like the cutest little gerbils you could think of, and they turned it into a jacket. Yeah. But it was icy though, you know, because he came up and he looked like a whole celebrity. And I'm like, oh dang, it's a Padre, dude, because you can still see the white thing under. Yeah. I was like, this fool has drip, you know, like
he got money.
Yeah. And like we said, you know, since ya se había echado las 2 horas de misa, he came up to us and he se echó otra hora, pero de cantada.
Yeah.
He like spent a whole hour almost, you know, singing his songs, which was great because like I never seen a priest like that, like livid, like that was down to like sing all these songs and whatever. He even sang a Muchacho Alegre, remember?
Yeah.
But he sang it with Christian verses.
Yeah, he was saying like something rezando. And I'm
like, he's like,
what, sir?
Yo soy el muchacho alegre y amanezco rezando con mi Biblia en la mano.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude, he was just like, he had his own verses, you know. I thought that was so funny, but he was going ham, you know, like he was he wanted to sing one and then another one and another one. And I was like, but since it was the third hour, it was like...
I remember going to a restaurant and came back. I'm like, this guy's still here?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, man, he's really enjoying this moment, you know?
Yeah, he was really loving it. Yeah. And like, he was just very like... He's like, I love it here.
Yeah. And then even afterwards, he came up to us. He wanted to take pictures. He was talking about your harp. He really liked your harp.
Oh, yeah. He was like, yo siempre he dicho que todos los que tocan arpa van directo al cielo. I'm like... ¿Qué cree, Padre? Todos menos yo.
You're like, but not.
He did not find that funny.
You're like, but not for me.
Yeah.
He made you confess right there.
Yeah, he did not think it was funny. I'm like, tough crowd, bro. Like,
it's the way. Yeah, and we took pictures with him. He was pretty dope. We started going home, which was, I mean, this place we were at, Norman, I think it's like 2.5 hours from our meeting spot, so it's a little far, you know. It's a road trip to get there for sure. By the time we got back, no, we stopped at one last gas station, and I was starving already, dude. So I remember getting this sandwich.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
The most sus sandwich you can ever get, bro. Cause like I got it, and you know, I've eaten gas station sandwiches all the time. You know, I already know what to expect. And you know how the ones that come that are already pre-cut, so they come like in a triangular case or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get that one because I thought the one that I did get would be of better quality. It had like the bread with the little grains on it and the little pieces of wheat. You know, it just looked more high end. It also cost more. So I grabbed that and I was like, oh, like I'll buy this one because it looks a little fancier. I took it into the van, bro. I took it out of its packaging. The top bread was soggy, right? But, I'm a man. I'll eat whatever. So I'm like, whatever,
Even if it has tomato?
Huh?
Even if it has tomato?
No, I don't eat tomato. I don't like tomato. But this one didn't have any, luckily.
Okay.
So the top bread was soggy. Bottom bread was hard as fuck. So one was soft and the other one felt like a cracker. You know what I mean? So, and then I looked at the ham. Ham looked all right, I guess. And then, like how they have a slice of cheese? Well, the slice of cheese was on there. And, when you pick up a slice of cheese, it comes up in one piece and you can like wiggle it around, right? Okay. Well, I picked it up and it crumbled. You ever seen blue cheese?
Yeah.
You know how it's in crumbles? It looked like that. Like I'll pick it up and it turned into crumbles.
Fuck.
So I'm over here thinking like, yo, this shit look diabolical. Like it's got nothing going for it. You know what I mean? So I was like, but I already spent money on it. So like, I'm like, I got to do what I got to do, So I took like a big old bite. I was like, let's go, we'll see how this goes. I took a bite. That shit crunched. It went. Mind you, this wasn't a toasted sandwich.
I'm like, I thought it was me eating my Doritos. So you're like, I'm getting like a badass meal. I got like the little cheesecake thing. El pan, right? Okay. That has like little cheesecake in it, like with the Doritos and like a Gatorade. I'm like.
I was looking at you eat, and you looked like you were enjoying yourself. And I had the shittiest sandwich of the 21st century, So I don't know why it crunched because there's no lettuce in it, and there was no toast. So mind you, I put it down very quickly. I spit it out.
You spit it out? Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat that. It had nothing going for it. It was like soft, hard, and mushy, and icy somehow. And it kind of tasted like nothing, So I was like, man, fuck this. So I just ate my little trail mix, and I was all mad. I was like, I'm fucking starving right now, and I got to eat this shit. Like,
I thought you want some Doritos.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't a good time. Luckily, we got home, came home, and I ate a real meal. But goddamn, that shit. See, me agüitó, güey.
I'm sorry, man.
Oh, well.
I had water.
Must be fucking nice.
You had a good meal. That's what you said.
No, but it wasn't water.
Oh my fucking.
What? Water is its own thing. You know what I mean? What's it called? No, pero como decía. I'm just sad about that damn sandwich.
I saw you zooming home. I was driving on 35. I was about to exit 28.
Right.
And he's just like, zoom. Like. You're like just like mad driving.
Yeah. I'm a fucking sandwich.
You're like swerving and shit.
Yeah. Anyway, that was the weekend. How do you feel about it?
There's been better, I think.
Oh, we have the whole rest of the summer to fucking keep going. Oh shit. Anyway, let's get into Charro chat. Austin J says, "What's the shittiest instrument you've ever played on?" The shittiest instrument I ever played on. Oh, you know what? I do know what the shittiest instrument is.
Go.
Back when I was in the group, back when I was in Imperial. You remember that? Back then, I didn't have a vihuela. I was poor. I'm still poor. But I didn't have my own instrument, so I played the vihuelas that were at school and stuff, like that was the only vihuelas I would ever get to practice with, to play with, stuff like that. There was, in that group we were in before, back when we first started, I remember the owner of the group had a vihuela. But those strings were from like years prior. And the frets were all misaligned. And I remember it had super high action, but that's all I had. So I remember he let me borrow it for the very first gigs and stuff. I hated that instrument.
For her?
It was so hard. It was so tough to play. Not a bright sound at all. It just sounded like a damn wooden box with strings on it. It just sounded horrible. Oh. And you've heard me before. It's all about comfort with my instrument. So if I don't feel comfortable, I automatically feel like I sound like shit. Mm-hmm. So every gig, felt like that. I was just like, man, It's crazy how like when you finally do get a good instrument, you like feel the difference. You're like, damn, like this shit feels good, like to play. Hasta like hasta te da gusto. You're like, fuck, like vihuela sounds chingón. And then like when you get like a shitty one, you're like, or like it's like when like someone, I've had this happen to me before too. Like someone will come like I remember at conferences they would come up to me and like, oh, this is my vihuela, bro, and I'll try it out, but you can't tell them that you don't like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta say no, pues suena bien.
No.
Which it's low key like lying to them, but it's like you're not. Sometimes the instruments aren't to your liking, you know. So you're just like, no, pues suena bien, right? So we thought,
like, I mean,
yeah. What about you? Shittiest instrument you ever played on?
I have two.
Oh, two.
The first one is the harp from Northside High School at the time.
Oh yeah.
It was that old. I mean, no, yeah, it was just cool.
It's pretty bad.
Like you know the strings wouldn't stay in tune. I mean the bass strings weren't even bass strings; they were all like on nylon, so it had a really weird sound to them.
Right,
you know?
right.
Like you know, the diapason was too close to the soundboard over here, so I'm over here playing like it looks like I'm having an exorcism. You know when like they're trying to exercise like someone.
You're like doing hand signs that aren't humanly possible.
Bro, I'm like Canelo, bro. I'm like fuck you, bro. Like,
fuck you, man. Fuck out of here.
You know, so I was very tough to play. It wasn't my size either. It was very short.
It was kind of tiny, yeah.
And then you couldn't change the height on it either, so it was just kind of like
trying your best.
Yeah. The other one was a bass. It was from the first group that I was one of the first groups that I was in. That bass was just kind of like it was like you know the bridge, right? Where all the strings come from, right? It's like the nut and then like fourth of an inch more, and it was the soundboard. Like it was that high. It was super uncomfortable to even play like a.
Do you even push the strings down?
Yeah. So to play like a B flat or like a G sharp, F, you know, E flat, those things would not go down, you know. And luego para acabarla, like it was just not a very well sounding instrument. So like you could pull your hardest and it would sound like cling.
Yeah.
That was a tough one, man.
I do remember. It's because think about it too. Like when you're in middle school too, like a lot of the instruments that I started on too. I mean, they're not good instruments, you know. And it's usually, I get it. They're not gonna give you a Morales in middle school.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're a shitty little kid. You're gonna fuck it up. Every instrument that you see like at a middle school is gonna be fucked up. Either some kid had it in a closet, and then his little cousin walked in there and fucking broke it and put a hole through it. Or the kids don't care, dude. You know how like when we carry an instrument, we try to hold it from the neck, you know, or paying attention to the size of it to make sure not to hit something. Kids will just walk around like,
yeah.
You just hear that all day. Sorry. Yeah, but like they'll just be walking around and like in a room full of chairs and like, and it's like, have some respect, please. You know what I mean? And it's a shitty feeling.
I've seen people like grab their instrument by the strings, you know, they're just kind of like grab it.
Yeah.
And they're like,
yeah, they just grab it from here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. What if you ever want to just like if you piss yourself off, watch a middle schooler handle instruments. That's exactly what you need to see. Because oh my god, they just don't care. I mean, obviously they're not at an age to care yet. You know, the older they get, they start to care more about it. You know, they realize that a guitar is an expensive instrument. You know, they should take care of it. But in the beginning, it might as well be a toy to them. They just don't care.
Oh yeah, that's what happened to. I mean, they hyped it up because they're like, yeah, you know, he just got this bass from Mexico, and it's like really well detailed. It has like 3 more sound holes in it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I played it. I'm like, no, man, it's like
trash.
The thing was wild.
Oh well. Would you ever buy an electric scooter or bike? Emiliano Munoz 456 says.
I think a bike would be pretty cool.
I like bikes. It has to be the right size for me though.
I'm pretty sure like my lifespan would decrease by like 60 years, you know, but like if I could have one, because I would probably crash it and then I'll go flying.
Wait, are you talking about like a motorcycle?
Yeah, right, like a motorbike.
Oh, he just said bike. I like just normal bikes.
Well, he said
electric scooter or bike.
Electric scooter or electric bike, right?
What the fuck is an electric bike?
Oh, I just in my mind I thought like, you know,
motorcycle?
like a motorcycle.
I would want to ride a motorcycle, but I'm not cool nor tall enough to ride a motorcycle. You ever seen a motorcycle? They weigh like 400 pounds.
Okay.
And you have to bounce that shit. Like, you know how much of an idiot you're gonna look like pulling up to Cece's Pizza. He's a thick guy, and then you're over there trying to lift it up by yourself. Especially a guy my size. You can be like, help, somebody help. You know, them shits are huge. You know, I'm not gonna bear that much responsibility on myself. Okay. Well, I'd rather get in my car.
That's why I said like my lifespan would decrease by like 50, 60 years. You know, like as soon as I get it the next week, it's gonna be like on the news, like dumbass started driving the freeway with like 2 days expertise on the motorbike. You know?
Yeah, it is very entirely possible.
That's why I don't own one.
I guess for me, it would just be like that's just a regular bike. I like regular bikes.
Yeah,
who doesn't like? Can you ride a bike?
Yeah.
Okay, chingon.
I'm from Mexico, dude.
Some people, yeah, okay.
That's all you do.
I'm just making sure because there's people out here that don't know how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna assume that Gen Z kids, they don't go outside. So I'm sure some of them don't know how to ride a bike. Like they look at that and they're all like, "Where's the app like to turn it on?" And it's like, no, you just ride it. Yeah. Like right on what?
You're like, where's the GPS?
Yeah, where are we going? No, you get to pick. You just go somewhere. He's like, so you don't have to put an address or anything? Like, no, you just go. Like, fucking kids. Louis Armstrong Boyo 2022 says, when's the next En Español episode? I don't know. That's a good question. Next time we get someone that only speaks Spanish again, like Arturo Vargas. Yeah. And we know I would hope that we can get someone else, you know, from one of those big groups to come on here. I haven't asked anybody, to be honest. Like I said, there's been a lot of shit that we've been trying to deal with in the show, as far as like production. Like it's a lot of time and time really to get this stuff together. So it takes a lot to get like a guest on and stuff like that. But for sure, I want to do another all Spanish episode, so that way you guys can hear, you know, obviously the input that these.
So you can hear our Spanish.
Oh no, well yours is all right. It's better than mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's certainly a plan of ours. That guy Merrick says, if you weren't a mariachi, what would you do?
What?
If you weren't a mariachi?
Oh, if I wasn't a mariachi?
Yeah.
Probably work at a dollar store.
Dollar store?
Or McDonald's. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Trying to look for a job, you know.
To be honest, yeah, any job that just pays you enough. I mean, like, if we're going dream jobs, I always, like, my plan, now looking back, I'm like, what? My plan getting out of school was, like, I wanted to work in sports. I wanted to work with baseball. I love baseball still to this day. I wanted to work in their PR departments or communications departments. Maybe one day I still can. I doubt it. They don't want me. I'm Mexican. No, shit. Damn.
You good, bro?
No, yeah. No, but for sure, I always wanted to work in sports. It's something that I really love. I love baseball. That was my plan going out of school, but, you know, obviously it takes a lot of work and dedication and, like, experience. That's the biggest thing. So, but for me, if I could not be a mariachi and I could fully dedicate myself to something like that, yeah, I would probably say, like, communications with a baseball team. Really, anybody. I just love baseball.
I'm trying to, like, finish my career wherever I would be. Yeah.
Well, think about your dream job.
Like a physical therapist.
That's your dream job?
Yeah.
Really?
That's what I'm studying for, bitch.
Yeah, but that's your dream job?
Yeah.
Like, not even something
I like helping people.
Oh. So, okay, but you won't give me massages?
That's what it is. Right. So physical therapist like, stay away.
And then last one. If you could have anyone's voice and sing like them, what would you choose? Who would you choose?
Oh shit. It's always the low voice for me. It would probably be like living or like.
Yeah, I guess. No, anytime.
Oh shit, that makes it even harder.
I would sound like Javier Solis.
Ooh.
Cause it just sounds powerful, you know.
Yeah.
You're in a bar, like, you know how they're always like in a bar or some shit, like in the movies, like in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you see a motherfucker sing like that in a bar, you're like, damn, he got pipes, bro. You know.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I look at it. My second one would be Jose Alfredo, cause just because I would want to sing like that and like not care what anybody thinks. I would just do my thing. That's kind of how I would do. But yeah, that's it. How about you?
Fuck.
Today.
Probably first choice would be also Javier Solis. but I also like Padre Infante, and then like El Cura.
Okay.
It's always the low voices, you know, probably because I don't have that, you know.
So
but
you want the bass?
Yeah, you know, because when you hear their recordings, you can hear their like if you heard it in person, you could feel that in your heart. It's like when you hear ¿cómo se llama? The guy from Kobe.
Steve Carrillo?
Steve Carrillo? Steve Carrillo, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
when
got
he
a
sings,
powerful voice.
When he sings, like your body resonates. You know, you can feel it like the bass in your body, and it's like that's what I feel like those guys would feel if they sang it in your face.
For sure.
You're like,
Stupid. No, yeah, for sure. They have like very distinctive voices. So
yeah,
I think that's what it would be. Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
No confessions today, so fuck us, right? So I have a surprise. So everybody sit tight.
I can't see with these glasses. I hope you know that. Like I see them all late. I just see like your hand up. Oh, you fucked up.
It's a shit show.
Yep. So if anybody can hear this, I've been kidnapped by Sammy. Yeah, come rescue me. I hate it here. They only give me Sophie Streets for food. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's just on their way. Just kidding. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Well, I don't know what else to say. This is very unexpected. I don't know what it's getting, but I don't know how to fill the time. So I'm just here kind of... wait, talk to your car experience. I don't know. Hope you guys are having a good day. I'm just here chilling. With made no effort to hide all these little things. As you can see, we have new decorations. We have that. We have this. You know, this is a pretty cool album. You should go hear it if you haven't. We like Marvel. Sammy likes Power Rangers. He likes green. I guess it's a tweed. I don't know.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to CharroBeans podcast.
Happy birthday to you. Shit. So this is a first birthday for CharroBeans podcast. As you guys know, you guys have been along with their journey from the very beginning. If you've been here since day one, we thank you guys very much for being here.
Love you guys.
You guys are here. You guys are part of this. You guys took a chance on a couple of little beans, CharroBeans, pun intended. So thank you. That's all we can really say.
Yeah. We can't appreciate you guys.
We can't give you any cheesecake, but we hope that wherever you are, you can buy some, or you have some available to you. But yeah, we just thank you guys for the journey. For obviously, we didn't know where this was going. We still don't know where it's going. We just hope that we did something that has helped you in whatever it is that you were doing. Whether or not you came here just to listen to us talk, whether you liked the experiences that we share as mariachis, or whether you just like, us as background noise. Whatever it may be, we hope that, in this first year.
Day better,
Right, exactly. That's pretty much the premise behind it. We wanted to do something different, something that everybody would enjoy. So, yeah, we just appreciate all of you guys.
Yeah. So, we're appreciating you guys by giving this cake to us.
To ourselves. Like we said, we're not going to give you guys any, but
Si se antojan, I mean, they're pretty cheap and they're pretty good,
Yeah,
so.
sold at every Walmart, where you can buy lots of stuff actually. So, I guess that's it. Do we blow it?
Yeah.
Do we both blow it?
Yeah.
All right. Ready? That's it. Wow. Thank you guys for the very first year of CharroBeans podcast. We appreciate it so much. Like we said, like, subscribe, follow, share. do all that good shit that helps us out, and we'll do our best to keep going.
Yeah. We'll have another cake next year.
Yeah, hopefully, if we don't divorce.
Oh yeah, I'll keep Sophie.
So thank you guys, really, thank you. We appreciate you guys, and take it easy. Have a great rest of your week, and we're gonna eat the shit out of the cheesecake.
Yeah.
So
say mama.
Say mama. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
We love you guys.
Okay. Also, oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh.
It's around your thing.
She was like, nah. Cincuenta.
Oh, I don't know. I stopped it. I got it on there.